Good morning, everybody. Got an issue here. The internet's down, but I fortunately have, what is that, unlimited data on my phone. So what we're going to do then is we're going to record a message. So it doesn't sound very good for the adversaries who are trying to get the feminines to doppelgang you and take your place. When they get caught, it's not going well, because it sounds to me like they're suffering the fate that they have been working to put you in. So somebody said, I effed up. Apparently, this is somebody who was part of your history, and they were with you, and they tossed you aside like trash. They chose an energy harvesting, vampiric Jezebel devil over an earth angel vitalizer, rejuvenator. They missed out on your good grace. Threw it away. Didn't want it. Didn't see it as valuable. They stole her energy, he said. She is an adversary narcissist female helper. So they took her energy because the energy that she was wearing was being called stolen merchandise. So they took the energy, they took her assets, and even after all of that, there's still a deficit. This person has been pilfering other people's vital life force energy for a long time. So there's a deficit. It sounds like they're being offered a reduced deficit if they offer a testimony. One of your adversaries, could be however it resonates for you, is talking about you receiving. So whatever has been taken from you is being gathered, and you will be receiving that back. Someone was told they blackmailed everybody. Everybody got involved in this, and then they were blackmailed and extorted. Due to fear of being found out, due to the inability or unwillingness to bear the shame of their deeds. You may be an introverted extrovert. So you may, not get out a lot, but you may have a lot to say. There is a transference happening. So a transference is a redirection of feelings or desires from one person to another. So it's like the honor and respect that you once had for someone. You may have seen godly qualities in this person, divine qualities. And now you're realizing that they simply weren't present. And so you're redirecting those feelings and desires onto someone else who has shown these qualities reside in them. You've retracted yourself from one and placed yourself into another. The energies and the services that you once offered to one and that connection are now being redirected into another direction. Because you have found qualities of the divine elsewhere, and you have found evidence that it wasn't where you thought it was. A hunt has been canceled. I'm really getting this as, you know, that, what was that? Hunger Games. I think that it has something to do with that. Some kind of hunt for the Hunger Games has been canceled. Someone is really, really angry, and they're like saying, I don't give a shit. And someone else said, shut your mouth. So there's a lot of arguing and fighting going on. These misogynist adversaries, they know that they don't trust them. They, meaning the earth angels, the feminine, and I say that because these are masculines, but it could also be that there are divine masculines who also don't trust these people, who know full well who they are, and they know that you don't trust them. They're discussing your power. They're looking for some jelly beans, you know, those sweet and tasty snacks that they can harvest. And they're worried about you because you're an earth angel and you have risen into your rightful status. You are gifted and they know it. They had a choice. You were there at one point, and they chose to have a great time with somebody who was not able to glow up on their own, and they're furious now because that's what they're stuck with. Somebody's suggesting that they go apologize or ask permission for something. Your team stated that you will be very surprised about your good shift. That was on 11/12. That was this morning at 12:30 a.m. There's an adversary. Of course, there's two factions of this adversary. There is what I believe the off-worldly puppeteers of the on-planet folk who have been, you know, deeming themselves gods and all of that. Anyway, they're really upset because you have an army, apparently, supporting you, protecting you, clearing this foundation. You know, the foundation keepers are here, and they're protecting those who have the light within them. So the planetary presence in a human suit, although the embodiment of that suit may not be human, I am still considering that. So they're very upset at someone. There's a certain faction of folk on this planet. You may know who they are. I'm going to leave that up to you. I'm not going to call anybody out. I'm not going to lead you, and I'm not going to gossip. I will simply say that there is a faction of folks who consider themselves gods and goddesses, leaders and chosen ones, and they have been discovered to be otherwise, and somebody is very, very irate at them for misleading them about you, who are now leading an army. You are progressive. You think outside of the box. They can't figure you out. You are spontaneous, and you're operating on a whole nother system because you don't have or possess the knowledge that they've been operating out of. You're not religious, and so your connections and your strengths and your abilities are those that they are not familiar with. You're progressive. 3. A woman said, three, she kept saying, like it was a foreign language and she was speaking, but that's trying. So you're trying, basically, and the Then a song. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. I wanna hold you so much. So these ones are calling you, or not the one who's saying the song. The one who's singing the song is your good friend or a love interest. These adversaries, the off-planet rulers or puppet masters of the on-planet childlike brutalizers, they're calling you a collector's item, a powerful earth woman and man. And so, you know, there's pirates everywhere, and there's been those who have been dealing in a particular commodity, the human, the earth woman and man. So those who are on the planet who consider themselves the chosen, or, you know, and have been finding out that they're not, they said something about Christina, the Christ, the true Christ, and Christina are back together. And someone said, really angry, you really thought this trick was going to work? Oh, they're mad. Because Christ and Christina are back together. So there's an adversary masculine who's stated in a hurry. They want to do something in a hurry. They're stressed out. And they're saying, I must confess. And it sounds like they are being told that they have to come to you and confess the wrongs that they've done to you via ritual, via a ritual that they did. They have to confess it. So they're in a hurry to take action. They're looking for a reward still, and they want yours. They like your strength, and they want it. They want to be it. Although they haven't been able to manufacture it within self, they want to take your ability and credit for the work that you've already done. They're complaining because he refused the Christ. They tried to get him to betray Christina, which is what happened last time and perhaps many cycles before. There would be a protector and a union, and then, you know, of a star beings or stars and suns or whatever. And the last cycle, it looks like whoever was with her was tempted and betrayed her and brutalized her while siphoning out her gifts and her essence and her energy and selling it for money and status and partying up and having a great time, you know, dressing up in her energy, using her gifts that didn't belong to him. But this one, this Christ, refused. He's not going to allow them to harm Christina for gain. Now this one, this landlocked, self-professed God, said, everyone's cheating. They can't glow up. And that's the truth about all of these ones who have professed themselves to be God's chosen. There's no light in them. Everyone's cheating. They're getting gain and benefit monetarily and power and whatnot from the darker side. And then they've been dressing up in the energy of sacrificed purity and calling themselves light beings. But now they're having to confess everyone's cheating. They can't glow up. They're being tested. And they can't glow up. They can't turn their light on. And so the off-planet masters of these ones says, it's ending. they kept the karmic. They figured that they could bury the Christina in darkness and continue to pull forth the life force essence that was being produced by her and dress up the karmic and pretend that this karmic was her. This karmic can't glow up. They're being tested, and it's being witnessed. That they have, what was that? What was that it was called? Stolen merchandise. Stolen merchandise. Your energy, your vitality, your life force essence, your right to life. So they realizing that they really effed up. And they think this Christina person is evil, you know, because they can see the truth. They can see the lie. They know what they're doing behind closed doors, what kind of shady stuff and what kind of life they're taking and harming in order to dress up in its energy. And so they think this Christina is evil because she can see the evil. And so can the Christ. They can see it. And this is why they want to get rid of them, because they're calling them dictators. Because they can see what they're doing, and they're calling the law on it. It's just not right that you do this. And so, but they want to continue doing what they want to do, but they don't want to turn the light on within themselves. They can't glow up. So they're running comparisons between you, Christina, and the prophecy. They're thinking their prophecy was a parallel or a mirrored story or rendition. See, they're not sure whether you are the evil one or the true one. Their prophecy could have been from a parallel universe. It could have been flipped on them, and it may have been done purposely by the Most High God, specifically for this time. So now these adversaries are talking about alcoholics. They may be complaining that all of their feminines or masculines or whoever it is that they're working with are alcoholics. They're just drinking like little fish, and or they could be looking for alcoholics that are easily accessed flesh temples. If they need a body, it could be that they're targeting alcoholics who actually have an electrical system that is functional. They're talking about fresh water as an escape. And somebody was told that they are free to go. It could be you. They can't trap you. They can't hold you. They can't keep you. I mean, they can continue to try to play their little games and do whatever it is they're going to do, but it's over. It's over. You are free to go. So they're saying she is 17 years old. This could be your astral self, your Holy Spirit. And he's saying something is bigger than you know. This is the boy leader of this tribe that has considered themselves chosen by God. They sacrificed the Christina and the Christ, and it's much bigger than these ones know, these padres or whatever. Their buddies who's been working with them to make this all happen, they're complaining about having nightmares. The team, the gang or whatever, they're having nightmares. Your team, your family said you're coming together. The Christ and the Christina are coming together. There's nothing they can do about it. They tried desperately to keep these two trapped and to maintain control of their ability to generate life force, vitality, energy, which is life. And they were selling it as though it was a commodity. And this bloodline of the Christ and the Christinas, the earth angels, the shining ones, the luminaries, has been powering this facade for a long, long time. Centuries, they said. So the actual Christ and the actual Christina, or the luminaries of the, the Christed beings, are coming together now in this new chapter. They're starting to realize that they worked against the prophecy. And somebody is terrified about the calendar. About the time, about the prophecy, about the coming events. They're terrified of everyone thinking together. They're terrified of the Christs and the Christinas. They're terrified of the luminaries all coming online and being part of the collective field that we all share consciously, because they have been manipulating that field and others' experiences, in the mental body. So then there was the number 231. Now, I don't know what that means. Perhaps it means something to you, but 231 was the number. And someone said, "You're crazy." And someone else said, "harvested." So that sounds to me like somebody made a sacrifice and somebody was completely shocked by it and thinking them crazy. So take that as it resonates. Mind you, this is all I know. I don't see into anything. I don't know who these people are. I have no idea what they look like. I'm just reporting what I hear through the night. And then there was a song. I don't want no other love. Baby, it's just you I'm thinking of. And obviously, so that was either your Christ or Christina or somebody who's interested. Someone said, "Start over." And then there was like a quiz. And I heard somebody say, "No ribs were made. Not for her, not for her, not for her." And this sounded like there was somebody there making certain that your genetics, your DNA, aren't available for cloning. They're doing research to make sure that your substance isn't available so that they can create a doppelganger and have you do crazy and horrible, nasty crap and try to frame you again in the future. So they're trying to get in front of it and eliminate everybody's samples of your genetics. They made a promise and they broke a promise. And that's just that, So a masculine someone said, "Don't do this." And another person said, "But she can do whatever she wants to do." So they're saying, put her name on some list. A hit list is what they're talking about. And they're complaining. They're saying they're lying. So they're denying accusations. They're desperate to trap a rejuvenator. Somebody who can process the death energy that they play in. And they're like, well, they're usually ... and they lose, but that's not happening this time. Something special is happening. So they're still scheming and scamming, trying to win this person's life force, life path, and destiny, temple. Someone is quizzing, what kind of strength does she have? They're discussing depletion. They're discussing having sex with her. So they want to plug in and they want to drain her of her vitality. They want to nasty it up, offload a bunch of crap, and putrefied this pure energy. There's a tower. They're going through a tower. And then we got dynamics. Now, I'm just going to read these words off because my internet is down, like I mentioned. And so we got dynamics. So they're discussing dynamics of agnostics. Who conquered them with synchronicity, coming together without prejudice. Stuff happened. And they're really concerned about the energy, the combined energy of this collective. So they're starting to evaluate the properties of potential targets. And, you know, they don't want those who are living in apartments. They want people who have properties. So in the middle here, so it's like in the middle here, wherever in the middle is, take that as it resonates. And this landlocked, you know, group of people, this tribe who thinks that they are chosen, who've been proven to be something other than that, they're like, are you serious? Her spirit was never after me. They were just after your life for your vitalizer, rejuvenator ability. So apparently this person who has come after you for cycle after cycle after cycle after cycle, causing you misery and trauma, covering you in blame and shame. You never did a damn thing to this person. Your spirit was never going after them. So now they want to pull you in and pretend like they're your friends, but apparently you've got tattoos and you don't fit their little religious, you know, chosen one scenario. They're complaining because there's scratches everywhere. They're waking up with scratches. They need to be covered by you. You were never after them. And they tried to destroy you, and you were the one who was making everything okay for them. And when you walked away, all of a sudden they got scratches everywhere. All of a sudden they can't protect anybody. All of a sudden they've been cut off from the Most High for lying and heinous crimes against innocence. So someone's saying, check the story. She's innocent. And she's to be vesseled right away. And they're arguing, it doesn't work that way. And somebody said, rubbish. Whatever is going on, they can't argue with the Most High. And, you know, this Christina is innocent. And she has undergone an extreme amount of torment by childish people who blamed her for something that was never, ever happening. So there's boundaries. They're talking about boundaries. It's like there's boundaries that they can't cross with her. And they're talking about how there's no malice in her, in you. You don't have any malice in you. There's no malice in you. Your spirit was never after them. You never even, there's no connection whatsoever in any whatever way. And there's wisdom. You have the wisdom. There's somebody saying, I need you to understand something. He chose the perfect time to announce theirself. So the Christ and the Christina it's perfect timing. Someone's praying to the Father. Very upset. The adversary is talking about the chosen ones and what they want to do. And then someone else said, well, you should consider the punishment. They're talking about the golden warriors. And someone said that they thought that they could handle it. And they're being told, don't panic. They're discussing about different positions. So and keeping on going. So they don't want to stop. They want to swap up positions. They want to reorganize themselves to see if they can come at these golden warriors in a different manner. And someone said, well, there's no place. So there's like no place to hide. There's no place to go. There's no place to get in. There's no place to gain access. There's no place for them in this. And it turns out that something is immeasurable. They can't, it's limitless. It's immeasurable. At 1:11 a.m. this morning, on 11/12, November 12th, the landlocked, self-professed chosen ones who have been discovered not to be that are saying it's happening. So yesterday the new leadership took over. Today something is happening. Well, Sunday the new leadership took over, and today I believe is, yes, Tuesday. So it's happening. And again, they're talking about wisdom. So, you know, this Christina and these Christ, they have the wisdom, and these people don't have crap. The only thing they had was dressing up in the energy of. They can't glow up. They don't have anything inside of them. Everyone's been cheating. And it's seen. They're just brutalizers, very envious and horrendous folks who have no love in them. They're talking about a transition. And somebody said, easy peasy. This sounds like a hitman who wants to transition you out. Christ and Christina. They know where you live. Someone is being very snotty, feminine. They're very upset. And then, you know, there's 3 types of telepathy from what I can tell. It's the words, and sometimes it gets really atrocious because, you know, you got all the dominators in there who want to command the space. And then there is pictograph, those who show images. And then there are those messages that come through, and there's no audible voice and there's no picture. It's just like a knowing, kind of like a wind kind of goes through and it leaves the residue of a message. And the message was, terrorize. They will be terrorized because that's what they've been doing to people. And there may have been a timeline shift, and that might be like somebody got trapped in a specific place or space where they're being terrorized. So again, yeah, they know your location, and somebody said easy peasy. There is a military or an ex-military feminine, but this easy peasy sounded like a man, and they are considering this a direct action. So they're actually sending somebody out in a 3D to try to take you out, to destroy your temple. They're questioning each other about your authenticity. And they're complaining because they need help. These ones who can't glow up, these ones who don't have the inner resources to be that which they have professed to be, they need help. They need the help of the Christ, and they need the help of the Christina that they sacrificed, that they martyred, that they tried to bury in darkness while they partied hard and dressed up in their energy while they suffered. The bloodline of the Christed ones, the luminaries, has been keeping these ones going for centuries, they said. They were very cocky about it. So it's the backlash for what they've been putting out, you know. They need help, like the mental instability, the foundational instability, you know, getting kicked out, not having access to funds, not having access to transportation, these kinds of things, you know. The mental is the big thing, you know, maybe losing your job. I mean, these people are going to go through it. They need to trap a rejuvenator, and that would be a luminary, a Christ or a Christina. a star or a sun. They really meant to tear you apart, to incapacitate you, to debilitate you to the point where you would never, ever, ever be able to be functional ever again. You would just be laying there incapacitated, and they would draw off you for eternity. So they're considering direct action. It's all they feel that they can do, to trap you and to force you to process this death energy that they live in. So there's a masculine asking somebody, so you understand? I don't know what this means. If they're understanding the consequences of a potential action, or if they understand what has been happening here, or if they understand, hey, you better not go there. There's schematics. Schematics are drawings. Schematics are maps. So this tells me that perhaps they have a plan, a schematic, a map. You know, you go in, you go out, you know, this kind of a plan. You understand the plan? You're psychic. You can do anything you want to do. Someone remarked, a long time. So your lifetime, you may be older and you may have suffered your entire life. You may not have known exactly what was happening, and until a couple decades ago or whatever, but then you realize that this has been going on for many cycles of life. A long, long time of suffering and manipulation that these ones have been doing, energy harvesting your familial lineage. It's the term. It could very well be the same term limit that they have to endure now. Somebody's saying near you. Now, this could mean that they're going to try to get somebody that's near you to come in and do the deed or whatever. Or you have protectors near you and you don't have anything to worry about. Take it as it resonates. And, you know, it never hurts to check your light bulbs and lock your stuff up. One masculine said to another, your own destiny. Meaning you have to live your own freaking life, man. You can't just go take other people's destinies because you prefer it, because you don't want to work on your own. You have to build your own life. They have to stop stealing others' lives. Somebody's complaining, all I can think of, it's like all they can think of, they're like driving themselves crazy, chaotic. They could be dangerous. It's like all they can think of. They may be hungry, you know. I've heard them complain about that a couple of times. You know, they don't have access to the energy anymore. And they've been separated. I believe they've been separated from the Most High for what they've done to the Christ and to the Christinas, the luminaries. They're having nostalgic moments. They're having some memories. They're discussing forgiveness and how are they going to get it, right? They need to be forgiven. They need permission to stay in your energy. And again, they're talking about an assassin. They want to remove you from this realm. They want to put you into another space and place that they can control. They think it's the only way. Someone is being told to pull out. There's nothing else to do. Someone is remote viewing or astral traveling, and they said, I ended up and I couldn't hear the rest of it. So they're traveling to a future timeline, or they're attached to your energy and they're remote viewing your future. Another masculine said, her energy is pure. They're experiencing some sort of a shortage. See, they can't glow up. They don't have their own energy. Your family, someone said, they're very mad. In fact, they're pissed because they're a bunch of villains who brought all of this on out of greed and pride. And the response is, look, I know you did. Or somebody's saying, look, I know you did, like this family. Somebody's trying to deny it. They're trying to defend themselves. And somebody's just, they're very angry. Look, I know you did. They know the truth. And this person's in their face lying, bold-facedly in their face. And they're very mad. So they do have an ex-military person here. It could be a female or a male. And it may be who they're trying to manipulate to do, to visit your dwelling and cause you some sort of a disruption. They're telling each other that she was promised something. Now, you were promised something, and they're trying to take it from you. Bold-facedly, right here, speaking into the microphone, trying to take it from you. Their feminine, their fake feminine, is known as an imposter. Your essence is pure, your energy is pure, and their fake feminines, they're not. They're promiscuous, they're alcoholics. So they're discussing a future product. Human cloning, energy production, farming energy. Which leads me to believe that perhaps they do have a rib of this one. Or maybe they have ribs of others. Because the person was saying, not this one, not this one, not this one. They said it 3 times, which means they probably have ribs prepared of other star beings. And they're looking at future product, how they can grow this energy source. Oh, and then there was a song, Stevie Wonder, and it came in a couple of times. So I'm going to, people keep on turning, it won't be too long. There were a couple of feminines or more, I don't know. They were plus sized. I don't have any vision of them. I don't even know why I wrote that down or said that into the microphone, but they were apparently plus size, and they were told, you will not be chosen. So I don't know who's telling them this or what. There's a transformation happening here. And again, Stevie Wonder's song, it won't be too long, it won't be too long. So that's the message I have for you this morning. It is November 12th. Apparently tomorrow on the 13th, the planet-locked puppets of the off-planet puppet masters who believed themselves to be chosen and who cannot get a glow up. They're being tested. They cannot glow up. They've all been cheating, stealing energy from others and dressing up in it. They can't glow up. So they're being discovered. And yeah, so they're thinking something serious is going to happen on the 13th, which is tomorrow. There's a lot of sentencing happening, and they're really concerned also about the 15th and 16th. This week is going to be brutal, and then the 2 weeks after that are going to be brutal. So just be aware of your surroundings in your home. You may want to fortify your dwelling, and just, keep the lights on, baby. And I'll see you on the next one, everybody. Bye.